Hello and welcome to Seek Truth, Speak Truth. I hope you're enjoying your day wherever you are. Today is part 4 of a part of history where I travel around my county of Suffolk looking for places of interest and historical value. Today I certainly have something in store for you. We're on the journey discovering Matthew Hopkins, the self-appointed Witchfinder General who was responsible for over 200 deaths between 1644 and 1647. Let's go. We start here in Wickham Skeeth, one of the many locations across the southeast of England where crowds would gather to witness the brutal treatment of innocent women. An accused witch would be dunked into this lake. If they sunk, they died, and if they swam, this man would accuse them of witchcraft. Most likely born in 1620, the Witchfinder General flourished during the English Civil War. Hopkins' witch-finding career began in March 1644. He and his associates were responsible for more people being hanged for witchcraft than in the previous 100 years. They were solely responsible for the increase in witch trials during those years. Having walked round the entire lake, I would suggest that this part here is where the dunkings took place. The vast majority of Hopkins' victims were women, but his depraved list did not end there. I'm here at Framingham Castle, not only made famous by Ed Sheeran, there's also something a little bit more dark and sinister about the history here. John Lowe, a vicar from Brandeston Church, was brought here and swam until he confessed to witchcraft. I'm actually standing on the bridge over the moat. This here would have been where John Lowe was dunked into the moat, and this is where he would have confessed. As you can see, it is quite a drop. This was an innocent elderly man, a vicar. Hopkins worked on a commission basis. He was becoming out of control, going from village to village on a rampage of destruction. Through all of this, he became a very rich man. Women were driven by fear for their own lives to accuse their sisters, aunties, mothers, and in some cases, even their own children accused them of witchcraft. Frightful accusations which had fateful consequences.
Think my mother's a witch!
I am your confessor! Confess to me, witch!
I'm at Rushmere Heath, actually about a 45-minute walk from my hometown of Ipswich. That very same walk would have been taken by Marylachland, an accused witch. It had been 100 years since anybody had been burnt at the stake, so this was quite significant. I'm imagining the horror and fear as she was marched and hounded by members of the general public. Before Mary had reached this point of her execution, she, like hundreds of women, would have gone through weeks, sometimes months of torture. They would be stripped naked. Any birthmark or scar was enough to be called the devil's mark. On occasions, all body hair was shaved a metal rod was fashioned with a button which, when pressed, would expose a pin, unbeknown to the crowds watching. The accused witch would obviously scream from the deplorable pain she was receiving, enough to prove she must be a witch, as she couldn't stand the metal prod on her skin. All this treatment for what to me seems to be ridiculous reasons. For owning a cat, making herbal teas, a minor dispute with your neighbour, or even an argument with your husband. This was becoming what seemed like an easy and sure way of disposing of any person if you paid the price to Hopkins. He had reached the pinnacle of his career. This could not go on. Eventually Hopkins was called out. The tables were turning. He was questioned himself on his methods, the torture, the fees he was charging. He was accused of witchcraft, as he had much knowledge of the witches. He quickly retired back to Manningtree, becoming landlord of a pub in Mistley, the neighbouring village. Rumours spread of he himself being hanged and found guilty of witchcraft, but it is most likely he died of tuberculosis around the age of 27. Go on, hit that subscribe if you like what you see, and also hit the bell. Ding ding. With that out of the way, thank you so much for watching. I want to thank Elbow, teamwork. This video has taken 40 hours and we've loved every moment of it. Thank you to my niece Gracie and to Johnny Sticxx playing the Witchfinder General. Your support is incredible. Stay safe, everyone, and make sure you keep an eye out for the next video.